today's Christmas spot, we're going to be having a look at the Memory Lane Mickey's Christmas Carol. We're looking today at Goofy as Marley's ghost. Now at the top there it says it comes from Kmart, or at least there's a Kmart tag on there, for $7.99. For anyone that was asking, I did not actually pick this up from Kmart. I picked this up through eBay a while back. But a fun set. Goofy I thought was perfect as Marley's ghost. Gosh! Package-wise, you probably can't see it, but in the background there is actually the living room of Ebenezer Scrooge. To get it out of the way, reach off camera as it were. Goofy was also released as a exclusive glow-in-the-dark as well. It's the exact same figure. The only difference is that this is the single color glow-in-the-dark version versus the regular color. I probably won't review both just because it is the same figure. I know, yes, this glows in the dark and all. It's kind of cool. The only thing that doesn't glow in the dark appears to be his eyes. But I like the blue one more, so this is the one I'm going to actually open up and review. But just to show you guys that there was an exclusive available as well. There you go. Move that away. Move that aside. On the back of the package, collect all 6 figures. We've got Scrooge McDuck as Ebenezer Scrooge. We've got Mickey Mouse as Bob Cratchit. We've got Minnie Mouse as Mrs. Cratchit. Morty Mouse as Tiny Tim. We've got Goofy as Jacob Marley's ghost. And finally, Donald Duck as Scrooge's nephew, Fred. There is also the Ghost of Christmas 3-figure set featuring Jiminy Cricket as Christmas Past, Willie the Giant as Christmas Present, and Pete as Christmas Future. And the read-up says, Ebenezer Scrooge! Ebenezer! Exclaimed a ghostly voice. Scrooge cowered in disbelief as a spectral form bound in chains walked through the closed door and into his bedchamber. Scrooge, you don't recognize me? The spirit asked. I was your partner, Jacob Marley. Scrooge could hardly believe his eyes. Marley, it's you! Remember when I was alive, I robbed the widows and swindled the poor. I was wrong. And so as my punishment, I am forced to carry these heavy chains throughout eternity. And the same thing will happen to you, Ebenezer Scrooge. One thing I like about the packaging, and unfortunately the way I'm shooting these reviews, they're going to be out of order, is the fact that the read-ups are actually clippets, like actual parts to the movie. It's not the exact same read-up on every single package. So if you get enough of the packages together, you can pretty much tell the story of Mickey's Christmas Carol. And I like that quite a bit. Needless to say, that's packaging on Goofy. I'm going to take myself a bit of a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and we're going to have a better look at Goofy as Marley's ghost. There's more magic to come, guys. Stay tuned. Of the accessories that Jacob Marley's ghost comes with, or Goofy comes with in this case. One of which is the door knocker. The door knocker where Marley first makes his appearance to Scrooge. Very cool looking. But unfortunately, at least this particular line, one thing they're notorious for is they're giving us accessories that you can't do anything with. In this case, you've got a knocker. It doesn't do anything though. You can't, it doesn't hang on anything. I know for the cost of the figure, they probably would not have released it, but at least a door, like just a stand-up plastic, door with the knocker on it would have been nice. Instead, we just get the knocker. I don't really know what you're going to do with this. It just will kind of, it'll just sit on the ground. It will sit wherever you've got this display, or wherever you got this figure displayed, but it doesn't really do anything. Knocker's nice. But, yeah, it serves no purpose whatsoever. The other accessory that Goofy does come with, and I think this is kind of cool too, is he comes with a piggy bank. And the piggy bank is even shackled as well. I think that's so cool. I don't even remember that from the special, but I'm going to be watching it probably not tonight, maybe tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video, of course. I'm going to be on the lookout for that, but that's neat. The chain can come off, but you got yourself a little piggy bank. Pretty cool. Putting that down, let's have a look at Goofy. Now, Goofy does come with these chains. These chains are wrapped around him. Unfortunately, though, you kind of have to drape them. There's one area right around his waist where it's actually fastened around the figure. Down below, you can actually see that he comes with the keys as well. Unfortunately, though, the rest of the chains really don't do anything. You can kind of drape them over his shoulder. You can kind of throw them on the one side, but unless you got his arms up, or you've kind of got it just resting enough, those chains are going to slide off. He does come with one weight, or I guess his, the things that Marley had with him, the cases, I guess. He's got one right there. And ironically enough, it's got weight to it, which is kind of neat too. I guess, really, the other chain, you got a little loose chain here, and then I guess the idea is you can chain the secondary chain like that, although it doesn't really sit well. That's the only problem. I was going to say, he has a loose chain right here, one that doesn't connect to anything. If we go back to the Piggy Bank, the Piggy Bank has one slot on the case to hold the Piggy Bank, and then there's also another loop. Now the loop is not connected to anything. It just sits loose right there. You can take, I guess, the other chain and fasten it on, but I don't know how well that's going to stay. It will likely just fall off. Let's see if we can get it to stay. Nope. It's going to stay. You kind of have to just be careful when you put it on, but there's really not a lot that's going to keep that on. In fact, just the slight touch. It's staying on a little bit. Okay, we'll leave it. I'm not going to jinx it. Guaranteed I'm going to move Goofy, and it's going to fall off though. Looking at Goofy's face, why not? Gosh, let's move up the camera. It looks really cool. You got the bandage that goes around Marley's head. A really nice color too. It's this really nice kind of light blue. There's about 3 different blues on this Goofy. There's the dark blue on the ears, the nose, and his mouth as well. Then we've got a lighter blue that makes up his mouth, his shirt, and then we've got this other blue that makes up his jacket. And I think overall it just works really, really well. The pain in the you-know-where is really these chains. These chains, as much as they become a burden to Marley, they become a burden to this guy as well. It's unfortunate, though, the one thing about Goofy is the fact that his head, I don't know if you can see it, but his head tips back. It can't tip forward, so even like front on, all you're looking at is his mouth. Just a slight bit further would have been nice, but the jacket is really cool. I like the pants. Really a solid figure. And this is another reason why I didn't review the glow-in-the-dark one, was just basically because all these details that I really like on this figure would have been completely lost with the single-color glow-in-the-dark version. Now, having the chains out of the way, in articulation, Goofy's head rotates left and right. His arms rotate all the way around. He can bend at the elbow, rotate at the hand. No waist articulation, but the legs can swivel. They've got one of those really awkward swivels. You can also bend at the leg. And that would be it. But I really like this. I like the Goofy. The chains are a bit of a pain. You kind of just have to, I don't know, just kind of get them maybe like that. I don't know. I don't think it's improved. I don't think it's improved anything. See if I can get the Piggy Bank back on. You know what? We'll just leave it. It's going to give me problems anyways. I like the Goofy. The chains could be a little bit better constructed, but a really nice figure though. Got poor Goofy in some weird bend. There we go. Goofy as Marley's ghost. I'm going to give him a 7. I like the coloring, but this chain is really a nuisance. Today's Christmas spot. Gosh, we were having a look at the memory lane. We're looking at Mickey's Christmas Carol, Goofy as Marley's ghost. Thanks for watching, guys. As you always do, stay tuned for more Christmas spots to come, and I will see you guys next time.